It's time for high school softball on KDAO. Tonight's game is brought to you by Hardin County Savings Bank, D&B Agro Systems, Marshalltown Community College, GNB Bank, Eldora Hy-Vee. Now, high school softball on KDAO.
And a very pleasant good evening to you, and you are listening to Central Iowa High School Girls Tournament softball action. As the tournaments begin, the regular season is over, the championship portion of the season begins, and you're listening to Comet Softball on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com. And, of course, I'm Chuck Carpenter, and I'm coming to you tonight from Conrad as we begin our coverage of girls softball in the tournaments in the second season with the BCLUW girls. And the Comets take on Lynnville Sully. They're fortunate to play at home tonight. We have a nice crowd on hand on a perfect night for high school softball. And the winner will play on Wednesday night. And the Comets, if they win, they will go to Martinsdale St. Mary's, okay? The Comets are 10-20. Lynnville Sully is 7-17. But that's a very deceiving record for Lynnville Sully because Lynnville Sully, they're 7-17. They've won 9 games the last 3 years, but they have some incredible, and I mean incredible, offensive statistics. 1 through 9. These girls, like 7 of them, are hitting well above 300, a couple of 400. They've got speed. They have power. They just score an awful lot of runs, okay? So to be 7-17, I think their pitching has just been a little up and down this year, and so is the defense. Now, they have a pitcher tonight that is going to be starting. Her name is Sawyer Osborne, and she's just an 8th grader, and she's 4-16. And she has a 5.69 ERA. I think kind of walks. I think Lynnville Sully is hoping not to walk people and hoping to, just make the plays because she has struck out 68 and she's walked 81. So that's a little bit of a problem for Lynnville Sully. What is not a problem is their offense. And Lynnville Sully, like BCLUW, only has one senior, and that senior is a good one for Lynnville Sully and Kate Hartoum. She swings a big bat. Like I said, 1 through 9. These girls can hit it. They can put up runs, and they play in a good conference. We're talking about the South Iowa Cedar League, and, of course, that's where Keota is and North Mahaska, BGM, and on a side note, that's where East Marshall's going to go in the 2027 school year. And the Comets of BCLUW playing some good softball at the end of the year. They won 2 of their last 3 ball games. And the last game they did was the good game. They lost, but it was against East Marshall, and they more than held their own against East Marshall. And they have Eden Lottiehoff pitching tonight. Lynnville Sully, I'm sure they've seen some good pitchers, but if Eden is on, she's very tough, and she can strike out a bunch of people, and usually her defense plays pretty well. And the Comets, they don't score, 10, 12, 13, 14 runs, so I don't think the Comets really want to get involved in like a slugfest with this Lynnville Sully outfit. I think they just want to scratch out a few runs and hope to play good defense, and then just hope Eden is what Eden usually is, which is pretty dang good. Like I said, the winner of this game plays on Wednesday night against Martinsdale St. Mary's at Martinsdale St. Mary's, and that team actually was rated 15th in the state, and they dropped out of the rankings. But this could be a tough one for the Comets. I mean, again, records don't mean anything, and sometimes we've seen a lot of upsets happen in postseason play. So for Lynnville Sully, let's meet the Hawks, okay? And these girls are also very good athletes. I just remember a lot of these girls from basketball and volleyball, but in particular basketball. Okay, center fielder is Peyton Sharp, and she's a junior. She wears number 8. She bats .368. Like I said, they have some incredible, and I mean some incredible offensive statistics, and they're not like they're playing the poor Sisters of Mary. They play good competition in the South Iowa Cedar League. Kate Hartoum, the only senior, is a shortstop tonight. She can also pitch. She bats .359. Abel Brummel is the first baseman, junior, number 21, batting third. She bats .466. So I tell you, man, they've got good hitters. Cleanup batter is Carly Spear, sophomore, third baseman, number 4. And this is Ella Lowry, the left fielder, 8th grader, and she wears number 9. She bats in the 5th spot. Sawyer Osborne is the pitcher tonight. She's the 8th grader. She's a good hitter, batting .328. They're all good hitters, man. Batting in the 7th position is Haley Maston, 8th grader, second baseman, number 20. Brooklyn Voss is the freshman right fielder, wears number 13 for the Hawks. And batting in the 9th position is Brooke Hardiman. She's a junior. She's a catcher. She's a good hitter. So they really don't have any weak links in this lineup. Sharp, Hartoum, Brummel, Spear, Lowry, Osborne, Maston, Voss, and Hardy. They have 7 wins. They've had 9 wins the last 3 years, and I think they did defeat BCLUW. I think they did defeat BCLUW last year. Okay, here's the lineup for the Comets of BCLUW. They don't change around too much. Senior Layla Wedgwood, who started out her season as a center fielder, and now she's a catcher, of course. Senior, number 7, batting in the second spot. A good hitter, Eden Lottiehoff, and she's the pitcher, number 5, batting second. Braylee Gardner is the third baseman, junior, number 10. Batting the fourth spot is Willow Collins. She's an awful good pitcher and an awful good hitter and an awful good shortstop. Batting in the fifth spot is Addie Zosky, good center fielder, and she's a good athlete, sophomore, number 21. Brooke Ward is the second baseman, sophomore, number 3. Batting in the seventh spot is Rain Sereno, and she's the first baseman, junior, number 13. Carolina White is the left fielder, 8th grader, wears number 2. And Cammie Ward is the sophomore designated player, number 4. She'll bat for the right fielder and the flex player, and that's Mesa Stover. So it's Wedgwood, Lottiehoff, Gardner, Collins, Zosky, Ward, Sereno, White, and Cammie Ward. The Comets are 10-20. They come from the Iowa Star Conference, which was won by Collins Maxwell. Lynnvill Sully comes from a very good South Iowa Cedar League Conference that was won by Keota. So they're a good offensive team against good people. It's just sometimes their pitching and defense is a little bit on the iffy side. So they're hoping to shore that up tonight and pull off the upset. They have a 7-17 record, and BCLUW is 10-20. We have a really nice crowd tonight. Lynnville Sully has traveled very well to support their Hawks, and of course the Comets playing at home for the last time this year. They have a bunch of people on hand as well. It's a beautiful night for high school softball as the championship season gets started, and I'll be back with the first pitch. It's BCLUW and Lynnville Sully. This is first round regional girls tournament action on KDAO.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Welcome back to the Dave Lee Softball Field in Conrad. I'm Chuck Carpenter, home of the Comets and the BCLUW girls. Fortunate enough to get a home tournament game. Lynnville Sully comes to town. Lynnville Sully, good athletes from all the other sports like basketball. They have incredible offensive statistics. They can run. They want to get the first couple of girls on base. They have good speed. They have good power. They score a lot of runs. They also give up a lot of runs, too. So, if you're the Comets, you're hoping that Eden Lottiehoff is at the top of her game, 5-6 record, 77 innings pitched, and a 2.18 ERA, 140 strikeouts, and 11 walks. And she pitched very well against East Marshall. They just had the one bad inning. That was last Wednesday, and then, of course, they got rained out against Don Bosco on Thursday. See, Thursday and Friday is kind of a blur because of all the nasty weather, but none of that kind of stuff in the forecast here for this week. It's a beautiful night for high school softball. We have a big crowd on hand. Eden Lottiehoff has taken her pitches, and her catcher, of course, is Layla Wedgwood, who started in center field, and then, unfortunately, Layla Follett broke her wrist. And I don't think Layla's going to play anymore. I thought maybe she might be here for postseason, but she is not. So the ball goes down to second base. And like I said, Lynnville Sully, forget the 7-17 record. They have a very good offense, and they have quick girls, and they've got some good table setters like this girl, the center fielder, Peyton Sharp. Now, Peyton Sharp is batting .368. Now, remember, this is against good competition. .368, 6 doubles, a home run, 12 RBIs, and 14 stolen bases. So the first three girls, the first four girls have really good speed. So got to keep them off base. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and a miss. That was a high-rise ball that Eden pumped in there for a strike. If you're facing BCLUW and Eden, it's best not to try to strike out. There's a swing and a miss again. Of course, first time around, and they play some good pitchers, but when Eden's on, she's one of the best. They see good pitching in their conference, but Eden is very good. 0-2 is the count on the tough leadoff batter, Peyton Sharp, and here comes the next pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, so she made short work of her. A strikeout, keeping the leadoff batter off base. Here's another good hitter, Kate Hartoum. She's the only senior. She's the shortstop. She also can pitch a little bit. She's batting .359 with 4 doubles and 11 RBIs. She has 14 stolen bases. So they're a very good hitting team up and down the lineup. Got to try to keep them off base. And Eden throws inside for a ball. 0-1. Nice crowd on hand on a beautiful night for high school softball on KDAO. It's BCLUW and Lynnville Sully. And the 1-0 is headed home. Swing and a miss. That's the rise ball. Eden pitched quite a bit last year. She shared the duties with Claire Galentine, and now she pitches a lot this year. But Willow Collins also is a good pitcher as well. So they're fortunate to have two good pitchers. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball. So first time around in the order, Eden made short work of Peyton Sharp, and this is Hartoum, and another good hitter, Brummel, is in the on-deck circle. They're full of good hitters, but of course Eden's a very good pitcher too, and there's a swing and a miss on a strikeout. East Marshall won their game Wednesday against BCLUW, even though I think they did strike out like about 10 times. And then that was also the game in which your center fielder, Zoski, made several outstanding plays. So overall, BCLUW is a pretty good defensive team. Here's Ava Brummel. She swings a big bat. She has 4 home runs, so you don't want to groove it for her. And she swings and misses. So Eden's got everybody swinging and missing, you know. Ava's batting .466. She has 11 doubles, 4 home runs, and 21 RBIs. Yep, they got good hitters up and down the order against good people, but Eden has struck out the first 2. And there's a swing and a miss. That's the rise ball. They have faced good pitchers in their conference, but Eden looks like she's on tonight. 0-2 is the count. She's got Brummel set up. Good hitter. 0-2. Missed upstairs. Eden has only thrown 2 balls. Only 2 balls. She has struck out the first 2. 1-2 the count on Ava Brummel, the junior first baseman. Next pitch, swing and a foul, straight back. Sharp struck out. Hartoum struck out. As the big crowd looks on a perfect night for high school regional first round softball on KDAO. 2-2 is the count. Tonight, it's all about the girls, although there are some boys' teams that are playing because they got rained out on Friday night. That's in the dirt. Eden doesn't walk a lot. Now, she did walk 4, I think, the other night against East Marshall. That was a lot for her. In 77 innings pitched, she has struck out, now 142 batters, and she's walked only 11. So, 3-2 the count on Ava Brummel. And here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss on a rise ball. She chased ball 4, but I'm sure it looked pretty good coming in to her. So, we go to the bottom of the first inning. And we'll keep it right here. BCLUW comes to the plate. The Comets have 10 wins. Both teams play good competition. The Comets won 2 out of their 3 games. They won their last 2 out of the 3 games. And they more than held their own against the fine East Marshall team on Wednesday. Couldn't play Don Bosco. Okay, so now for Lynnville Sully, their pitcher is going to be Sawyer Osborne. She's 4-16. 114 innings pitched and a 5.69 ERA. Like I said, they to win games, they pretty much out-hit a lot. They pretty much have to out-hit people. Their pitchers do give up some runs, and one of the problems is that they walk a lot. So obviously, Lynnville Sully is hoping not to walk a lot, just to put the ball in play, and then hope her defense is good behind her. She has walked 81, and she has struck out 68. And the Comets, they don't really usually score, 12, 13, 14 runs. And the way Eden looks tonight, I know it's early, Eden Lodioff doesn't look like she needs a lot of runs to be successful tonight. Okay, so Osborne takes her pitches. Leading off is the only senior in the lineup. She's going to Central to wrestle, but she says, you know what? I'm going out for softball. We're talking about Layla Wedgwood. So it's going to be Wedgwood, the pitcher, Lottie Hoff, the third baseman, Braley Gardner. If anybody gets on base, Willow Collins. Everybody's had a nice little break. Even if you made a coach walk the plank, I don't even know if they would say that they were okay with the rain out on Thursday. But I think they were okay with the rain out. There's a strike called outside corner. So they had a rain out Thursday, and everybody had a nice little long extra break, so everybody's coming back refreshed for postseason play. 0-1 is the count on Layla. That's in the dirt. Like I said, Sawyer Osborne, and then, of course, if she falters, Hartoom comes in. But between the two of them, sometimes they walk a lot of people. I think that's kind of what gets them in trouble sometimes. Okay, 1-1 is the count on Layla. That missed outside. Layla batting .270, 11 stolen bases, just a solid player. 8 RBIs, 3 doubles. Ground ball foul. Sawyer Osborne, just an 8th grader. Both teams are young. Both teams only have the one senior. Layla here for BCLUW. And Kate Hartoom, the shortstop for the Hawks. 2-2 the count. Next pitch. Swinging a foul at the plate. The Hawks went down in order 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Here we are in the bottom of the first, in front of a nice crowd. A lot of people around the outfield fence. A lot of people around the infield as well. Next pitch, swinging a little ground ball back to the pitcher. She gets it, throws it out. Little ground ball. The pitcher had to come off the mound, and she got Layla by 3 steps. Here's Eden Lottiehoff. Eden, along with being a good pitcher, she's a dang good hitter. .473, 6 doubles. She's got a triple. She's got a home run. She has 9 RBIs. She stands in from the left side. So Osborne gets rid of a good leadoff batter. And there is a base hit. It goes over the shortstop's head. Eden with a single. That's the first base hit of the night. Eden's a dang good hitter. And we will have a courtesy runner, I think. Except, you know what? Eden just gave the sign, no, I want to run. So, Eden's going to run. And here's Braley Gardner. She's going to bunt. They're not charging. She's going to swing away, takes outside. So, Eden with a base hit. And then they were going to pinch run for her. And then Eden waved off the coach. So, she's on at first base. Braley Gardner, .290. 3 doubles, 10 RBIs. Next pitch, not bunting. Swinging a ground ball shortstop. Shortstop gets it out at second. Good play by the senior Hartoom. She fielded it, flipped her out. So we got a force at second. And Braley will run the bases after the force out at second, so they got the lead runner. Here's Willow Collins. Every time I turn around, Willow is coming up with a big hit. In the dirt, nice play by the catcher. So now, Gardner, Braley, will run the bases. They got the force out at second. And Willow Collins, a good hitter. She's always coming up clutch, man. Swinging this ground ball. Good play, third baseman out. Woo! That was good. That was a good play by the third baseman. The scoreboard had 1 out. There was actually 3. That was a really nice play by Spear. That was a hot shot by Willow, and she grounded it and on to first. So they pitch around the 1-out single. Man, that was a good play by the third baseman. We played 1 inning. We got no score, and we got 4, 5, and 6 coming up for Lynnvill Sully. No score. It's BCLUW and Lynnvill Sully tournament softball on KDAO.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School softball on KDAO, and we go to the top of the second inning. Eden Lottiehoff, the fine sophomore pitcher for BCLUW, struck out the side. And like I said, it's a very good hitting lineup. They can hit the ball up and down the lineup, and they pretty much, have to outscore people, although their defense was very good. The pitcher made a good play. The second baseman made a good play. And I tell you what, that hard shot by Willow Collins, your third baseman, Carly Spear, made a super good play. Now that figures. Usually, I don't care if it's softball or baseball, the person that made the great defensive play to end an inning leads off the inning. That's what always happens. And here's Carly Spear batting .308. Good third baseman. .308 with 3 doubles. That missed inside. Spear, Lowry, Osborne, if anybody gets on base, Maston. Laddie struck out the side in the first inning, dealing with Carly Spear, batting .308 with 3 doubles. And the next pitch is a low ground ball. That's going to be tough. Eden bounces off the mound, gets it, throws it out. Good play. It was a slow roller, and Carly Spear has good speed, but Eden made the play, threw her out by 2 steps. Ground ball to the pitcher. Here's Ella Lowry, another good hitter. Like I said, they can hit it, man. Ella's batting .309 with 6 doubles and 12 RBIs, and she's just an 8th grader, okay? Just, man, a lot of good 8th graders I've seen in high school softball this year. Swing and a miss. Eden kept it low and away. Whoever wins will get Martinsdale St. Mary's at Martinsdale at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. 0-1. That missed. That's a tough bracket, man. I mean, Ankeny Christian, I think they're the ones that ended BCLUW season last year. They're in the bottom bracket. And then the top bracket, and then the upstairs is number 3rd rated, Fort Dodge St. Edmunds. It's a tough row to hoe. Swinging a foul straight back. So after Eden struck out the side, she retired Spear on a ground ball back to her. And this is Ella Lowry, batting .309. You don't get much of a break in this lineup for Lynnville Sully. They can hit it, man. They've got some eye-popping stats. Swing, and there's a ground ball foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Lynnville Sully, I mean, even if they never seen Eden, all they got to do is look at quick stats and say, we can't strike out against this girl. And sometimes when you beat them, you play a little small ball. There's a swing and a miss. So they're not attempting to bunt. They're just kind of swinging away. And there's 4 strikeouts. And this is Sawyer Osborne, another good hitter, batting .328 with 6 doubles and 17 RBIs, and she has a triple. And that's the other thing. All these girls can run, so it would behoove you to keep them off base because they're all good athletes in track and girls volleyball and girls basketball. Their girls basketball program in Lynnville Sully has been super good over the last few years, I think. 1-0 is the count on Sawyer Osborne. Eden is set down 5 in a row. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Not exactly a rise ball, but a little upstairs and out of the strike zone. And the Hawk batter is just a little overmatched here the first time around in the order. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. BCLUW has out-hit this team 1-0, but we have no score in the top of the first inning and a first-round regional softball game. 1-2. Next pitch, that missed upstairs. Winner plays Wednesday. I might have said tomorrow. I apologize. I get baseball and softball all mixed up, man. We got baseball tomorrow night, and then the softball teams all play on Wednesday night. So here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. That was a rise ball. 6 in a row. 4 strikeouts. Hasn't taken much time to play an inning and a half. For BCLUW, it will be 5, 6, and 7 in the bottom of the second. Zoski, Brookward, and Sereno. We have no score. I'll be back after this on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School softball. Got a good one here. First round regional. Winner plays tomorrow. Winner plays on Wednesday. Then on the 10th. Then on the 13th. And here in Conrad, we have a super nice crowd on a super nice night for high school softball. Lynnville Sully has traveled very well, and the Comets, of course, have traveled very well. So we'll lead off here at the bottom of the second. And for the Comets, who had a one-out single in the first inning, couldn't do anything with it, it'll be one of your good athletes. Addie Zoski, 5'6'7", center fielder Addie Zoski, then Brooke Ward, then Rain Sereno against Osborne, the 8th grader, who throws low. She gave up a one-out hit to Lottie Hoff, and then there was 2 good defensive plays after that, including a sparkling one by the third baseman. High. Lynnville Sully's Achilles heel, I think, though, has been walking people. Both their pitchers walk quite a few. So 2-0 is the count, and that's in the dirt. You don't want to put Zoski on base. She has good speed. She's a good athlete. Not much gets by here in center field. So 3-0 is the count on Osborne. From Osborne. That slips in there for a strike. Zoski trying to get on base. Comets have a one-base hit. Osborne working in a hurry. The 3-1. There's a strike call. Zoski steps out. She's batting .353. 9 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. They'd like to get her on base with her speed. Here comes the 3-2. And she chops it to the second baseman, flips it out. She chased ball 4. It was way high, but maybe it looked good coming in, and a good play by the second baseman. So it would appear that Lynnville Sully plays good defense. So I would imagine if you're Lynnville Sully, you say, hey, we may not strike out a lot of people, just put the ball in there and let our defense do the job. And so far, the defense has done a really nice job. Here's Brooke Ward. Brooke batting $190. Go to show bunt. Pulls it back. That's a borderline pitch, but that's a ball. That's the first time the Comets have showed bunt tonight. Brooke Ward batting $190. The second baseman, Sereno. The first baseman is in the on-deck circle. She's going to slap and swing and miss. So this pitcher, Osborne, the 8th grader, she was 3-0. She was behind in the count against Zoski, and then Zoski chased a high one and chopped it to the second baseman who made the play. 1-1. That was a rise ball and a good piece of hitting by Ward to lay off the high rise ball. Brooke, the second baseman, sophomore, one senior in the lineup for both teams, actually. Here comes the 2-1. That missed outside. Sawyer, in 115 innings, has walked 81. Doesn't want to give up any free passes. She has good defense, so you just want to throw it in there and let him hit it, man. Here comes the 3-1. And she chased ball 4 and fouled it away. She was behind in the count to Zoski, 3-0. Got Zoski to chase a high pitch and grounded to the second baseman. And now 3-2 the count on Brooke Ward. And here comes the 3-2. That missed way upstairs. So that'll be a walk. Sometimes bad things happen when you walk people. And this is Rain Sereno.
Up to the plate, the first baseman.
And we'll see if Brooke wants to do any running. So here's Rain Sereno batting .125 with 6 RBIs. And they don't charge. And the runner, now she's going to try to bunt outside. Runner was not going. They were charging after all. Rain showed bunt, as the Comets would like to try to get that girl in the scoring position with Carolina White in the on-deck circle. Go to show bunt. She offered at it. That's a strike. 1-1 is the count. Comets trying to execute the bunt. They had a one-out single. Couldn't do anything with it in the first inning. Now they have a one-out walk. And 1-1 is the count on your first baseman, the junior, Sereno. She's going to slap, and she grounds the ball to the third baseman. Third baseman makes another good play at second base for the out. Throw over to first, not in time. That third baseman is dang good. That's Spear. That's 2 base hits that she's taken away from people, man. So ground ball to the third baseman. Good play. Here's Carolina White batting .145. And, oh, by the way, that was a force out, so Rain will run the bases. Here's Carolina batting .145. And there's a strike call. The Hawks have good defense, so I'm sure they're telling their pitcher just throw it in there and just dare the Comets to try to hit it fair. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. So this pitcher, Osborne, got in a little trouble in the first inning, got out of it, trying to pitch around A one-out walk here in the second. 0-2 the count. Next pitch to Carolina. It was a change, and it stayed outside. They would just as soon retire White and then have Cammie Ward, the ninth place hitter, lead off the third inning. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a ground ball. Tough play for the shortstop. She gets it, throws it out, but they're flawless on defense. It was a slow roller, and the shortstop, Hartoum, let it come to her. So good defense here by Lynnvill Sully. BCLUW's had some chances. A one-out single in the first, could not score. A one-out walk in the second, could not score. Just really good defense here by the infielders for Lynnvill Sully. We played 2, and we have no score. Lottie Hoff has been solid, set down 6 in a row. She'll deal with the bottom 3 when we come back to Conrad after this on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Welcome back to regional softball. Got a good game here, got no score, and the Hawks are going to lead off here in the top of the third inning. It'll be the bottom 3. Eden Lottie Hoff has set down 6 in a row. First pitch, swing and a miss. She's just pumping in the strikes. That was a rise ball. Maston batting 193 with 4 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. Maston, Voss, and Hardiman, if anybody gets on base at the top of the order sharp, they would just soon not face top of the order until the 4th inning, you know. Here comes the 0-1. That's a strike called outside corner. So Eden, she's hitting all of her spots tonight. Maston is an 8th grader. Voss, Hardiman. So far, the Hawks have had no base runners against this tough pitcher. There's a swing and a miss. Struck her out. There's 6 strikeouts. Here's Brooklyn Voss. Voss batting 298, 5 doubles, 12 RBIs, and 11 stolen bases. Not only are they good hitters, but they also have good speed, so it behooves you in more ways than one, swing and a miss, to keep their speed off base so they can't try to steal any bases. Sometimes the Comets have a little problem giving up a lot of stolen bases. We saw that with East Marshall last week. But if you can't get on, you can't steal any bases, you know. Here comes the 0-1. That's missed outside. Eden has been behind every one of the hitters. She struck out 6, only allowed 1 ground ball. And here comes the 1-1 to Voss. Swing and a miss, just challenged her. Lottie Hoff just challenged her. Lottie Hoff goes back up on top. Last time we saw BCLUW in action, they played pretty well against East Marshall, but did give up 3 home runs, okay? 2 to Weeder. So that was that. 1-2 the count. There's a strike 3 called outside corner. So we'll see what they do the second time around in the order, which for BCLUW, they'd like to hold that off until the 4th. So they want to set down the 9th place hitter, who's a good hitter, Brooke Hardiman, batting 266 with 3 doubles and 9 RBIs. Like I said, their stats are pretty amazing on offense against good competition. I mean, the South Iowa Cedar League is dang good, but Lottie Hoff has just got it going on. Keota won that. I think North Mahaska was very good. North Mahaska is playing Colonesco tonight. BGM, very good. HLV, very good, you know. So, but Lottie Hoff is just, I mean, they got no answer for Lottie Hoff, and there's another swing and a miss. Just kind of swinging right through it, and just a little overmatched here against the sophomore, Eden. 0-2 the count. Next pitch to Hardiman, and here it is. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. So that's 9 in a row. Set down. That's 5 strikeouts in a row. So again, the Comets, you're not going to need too many more. You're not going to need too many runs. Eden usually doesn't need too many runs to win a ball game, but Lynnville Sully, they may not have a pitcher that's striking out a bunch of people. Their defense has been dang good. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Cammie Ward, then the top of the order for the Comets. We have no score. We have a good game. I'll be back after this on KDAO.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Regional Softball. Got a good game here opening up the tournaments, and the winner of this game, we're talking about BCLUW and Lynnville Sully, will play at Martinsdale St. Mary's against Martinsdale St. Mary's. It was rated, and then they fell out of the ratings. That'll be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So, for Lynnville Sully, Sawyer Osborne goes back to the mound. Now, unlike her counterpart, Lottie Hoff, she doesn't strike out people. She gave up a hit and a walk, but her defense, in particular that third baseman, and we're talking about Carly Spears, made the plays. So, here's Cammie Ward. She's the 9th place hitter, and then we go to the top of the order, and the second time around in the order against this pitcher, Sawyer Osborne. Hawks have 7 wins, Comets have 10 wins. And here's Ward, batting .206. And the first delivery is in the dirt. Osborne has been behind a lot of hitters, but she's come back and got most of them. Gave up a 1-out single and a 1-out walk in the first and second, respectively. Comets couldn't score anything. That missed downstairs. She has good defense, so just pound it in there and let the defense make the play. So far, that's what she's done, and the defense has been dang good behind her. Here comes the 2-0. Swinging a ground ball, foul. Cammie Ward batting .206. We have no score. Comets have the only base runners, a hit and a walk. And Lottie Hoff has the Lynnville Sully girls befuddled, as she's just overpowered them so far in this game. Okay, the 2-1 to the leadoff batter, Cammie Ward. That missed outside. Comets have never had the leadoff batter on. Wedgwood is the on-deck hitter, and she's the leadoff batter. So 3-1 is the count on Cammie Ward, and here it is. And that's a strike called inside corner. Osborne has thrown most of the duties this year. Hartoon is a good shortstop, so I can see why she's at short instead of pitching. Swing, and there's a base hit, and it'll fall in front of the left fielder, so the leadoff batter is on for the first time tonight. So Cammie Ward laces a single into left field. So the leadoff batter is on for the first time tonight. Let's see what happens the second time around in the order. Here's Layla. Layla batting .270 with 3 doubles and 8 RBIs and 11 stolen bases. She's going to try to bunt. And that's a foul ball. So the bunt and run was on. Comets have grounded into a couple of force outs, and they've lost the lead runner. And now Layla is talking with the coach. And Ward had a base hit, the 9th place hitter, and she's over at first base. We'll see if they switch things around. 0-1 is the count on Layla Wedgwood. Maybe Layla will swing away. The infielders are back. And she takes her time. Actually, the ump, I don't know what he's doing. Okay, now we get back behind the plate. That's why Layla stepped out. The umpire wasn't ready. So, here comes the 0-1. And let's see here. Ward at first. Ward. There's a bunt. Good bunt. Third baseman gets it, throws it out. Not much gets by the third baseman. She was charging hard. Spear. But Layla did her job. And a sacrifice to the third baseman. So now, this is a good opportunity. You got one of your better hitters up there. And Eden already has a single. And you got a runner on at second base now and 1 out. This is a great opportunity. Swinging, there's a ground ball, though, to the second baseman. Up, over, and out. The runner advances to third. And you notice that Lynnville Sully, they didn't do anything foolish like try to throw across the diamond. So Lottie Hoff grounded it sharply, but the second baseman made a nice play. Good job by Maston. So you retired a tough hitter. Now it's going to take a 2-out something by Braley Gardner. Comets, great opportunity there. They had second and 1 out. Now third and 2 out, and this is Gardner. Next pitch. Good play by the catcher. That prevented a wild pitch and a run. Good job there by Hardiman. So they got Lottie Hoff, their good hitter, to ground the ball harmlessly to the second baseman. That did advance the base runner over to third, so she could score on a wild pitch or a pass ball. Swinging, there's a pop-up, and the first baseman gets it for the out. Good job by Lynnville Sully's defense. I mean, the Comets had what they wanted. They had the leadoff single, second and 1 out. Lottie Hoff at the plate. She grounded the ball to the second baseman, then a pop-up to the first baseman. So once again, this girl, we're talking about Osborne, she doesn't strike many people out, but they just play solid defense behind her. And we already go into the fourth inning, and we have no score, and we have a good game. And Hawks will be looking for their base runner. They'll send in the top of the order the second time around in the order against Lottie Hoff, who has been double tough. We've got no score, good game. I will be back on KDAO.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back to Regional Softball on KDAO as we quickly move into the fourth inning. It's only taken 25 minutes to play 3 innings. That's what happens when you have good pitching and good defense. And for the Comets, Lottie Hoff, well, I mean, she's just been perfect. She's set down 9 in a row, first 9. She has struck out the last 5. She has struck out 8, allowed only a ground ball. So, let's see what happens the second time around in the order. And these are good hitters. So Eden is facing some good hitters, and she's just made it look easy. So here's Peyton Sharp batting .368. A strikeout victim, her first time up. Let's see what happens the second time around. I think maybe the coach is telling them to be a little bit more patient. Peyton batting .368. Got to keep her speed off base. She has 14 stolen bases, 6 doubles. She has a home run and 12 RBIs. Swinging, there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop gets it, throws it. Collins out. So Lynnville Sully at least put the ball in play. That's a victory. But Willow, good shortstop, gunned her out. Here's Katie Hartoum. Katie batting .359. 4 doubles, 11 RBIs, 14 stolen bases. She, too, was a strikeout victim her first time up. They just want to put the ball in play the second time around, and they do. And Eden gets it, throws it, and she's going to be out by a half step. Eden got to it, and then she fumbled it. Then she picked it up, and it was a bang-bang play. She got Hartoum by a half step. So at least they are, I mean, they're putting the ball in play. That's a victory for Lynnville Sully. I understand there's 2 outs, and I understand that she has set down 11 in a row, but they are at least putting the ball in play. Here's Ava Brummel, and she hits a line drive foul. Ava Brummel was a strikeout victim her first time up, so a ground ball to the shortstop and a ground ball to back to the pitcher. Eden fumbled it for just a half a second, and that made the play at first close, but she was out. Ava Brummel, she has home run power. That missed upstairs. .466, 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in. I can tell this is going to be a shame for somebody to lose this game because these 2 teams are playing very good softball. Okay, here comes the 1-1. Swing, and she took a home run swing and missed. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th inning. I think Lynnville Sully should be encouraged that they at least been putting the ball in play, but the Comet defense has come up big. Shortstop, and then Eden fields her own position. Done that twice, as a matter of fact. Here comes the 1-2. Swing, and there's a ground ball. Second baseman comes in and gets it, and then she drops it. Okay, that's going to be an error. Okay, Ward had it, and she was getting ready to throw it, and she just dropped it. So, there's an error. So that's first base runner. She got to it, and then when she went to release it. She just dropped it. So,
Courtesy running number 11, Bristol Hardiman. Now up to the plate.
okay, here's Bristol Hardiman.
Number 4,
So Bristol Hardiman will be the courtesy runner. And here's Carly Spear batting .308. So they finally got a base runner on base via an error. That's Hardiman. She'll be the courtesy runner. Carly Spear batting .308 with 3 doubles. Carly grounded the ball back to the pitcher her first time up. And she pops it up foul. So the first time around, they were just basically swinging and missing, swinging in air. Now at least they're putting the ball in play. And they did reach on a 2-out error. So Hardiman on it first. I'm surprised she's not running. Next delivery is a foul straight back. One of the Lynnville Sully fans caught it. 0-2 is the count. Spear has to guard against the strikeout. We saw this with East Marshall. They struck out like 8 times in the first 3 innings and then struck out maybe 1 time the rest of the way on their way to a win. So there's a swing and a miss on a rise ball. The runner was going, but it doesn't really matter. So 2 quick outs and then the 2-out error, and then Spear struck out swinging. And for Eden, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 strikeouts. So we have a good game here. Lynnville Sully should be encouraged. At least they put the ball in play the second time around in the order. And for the Comets, they've out-hit Lynnville Sully 2-0, but we have no score. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 with Willow Collins, Addie Zoski, and Brooke Ward. Good game, got no score. Regional softball. I will be back right after this on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Softball. I'm Chuck Carpenter. Always fun to come up to Conrad. Had a cheeseburger, you know. And this, of course, will be the last time that the girls play at home. This is the last time that Layla Wedgwood, the senior, will be playing at home. If the girls happen to win, well, whoever wins this game will go play a fine Martinsdale St. Mary's team on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, in the bottom of the 4th, the Comets will send in 4, 5, and 6, Willow Collins, Addie Zoski, and Brooke Ward. If anybody gets on base, Rain Sereno. Sawyer Osborne has given up 2 hits, but her defense has been very good behind her. There's a ground ball to the second baseman, who gets it, throws it out. Defense has been solid. I think the only problem for Lynnville Sully this year, maybe some walks from their pitcher, but that's not happening tonight. So 1 pitch, 1 out. She has no strikeouts, which figures because they don't strike out people. But they just have dang good defense. So here's Addie Zoski. Addie grounded to the second baseman her first time up. They'd like to get her and her speed on base. And then she grounds the ball to the second baseman, gets it, charges, throws it out. Good play. Zoski's got good speed, but another good play by Maston. They're making the plays, man. Comets are putting the ball in play just like we thought they could against Lynnville Sully, but the Hawks have responded. So here's Brooke Ward batting .190. Brooke walked her first time up, and she swings and misses. Before this game started, we thought the Comets could have success putting the ball in play, but the Hawks have responded, and their defense has been excellent. 0-1 is the count. Next pitch. That's a change, and it missed. Comets had a great opportunity in the third. They've had base runners on it every inning, but best opportunity was in the third. They had 2nd and 1 out, but a ground ball to the second baseman, a pop up to the pitcher, pop up to the first baseman, took care of that. There's a ball. She's had a 3-1 count on a couple batters and a 3-2 count on a couple batters, and she has walked 1, hasn't struck out any. Her defense has committed no errors. 2-1 is the count on Brooke Ward. Sereno on deck. Swinging, there's a ground ball. Shortstop gets to it, cuts it off, throws, but she is going to be safe. She beat it out by about a step. Pretty good play. It was a ground ball to the shortstop, who had to wait for it to come to her, and then Ward has some pretty good speed, So there's an infield single. So here's Rain Sereno. Rain grounded to the third baseman, her first time up. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. That's a bad place to hit it. Out. That's a bad place to hit it. Lynnville Sully responds. Infield single. That third baseman, man, she has made some plays tonight. We go into the fifth inning. We have a very good softball game, which means we'll probably go extra innings. We have no score, and the fifth inning, let's see here. We'll have 5, 6, and 7. Lowry, Osborne, and Maston. Good game, no score. Lynnville Sully has no hits. BCLUW has 3, but we have no score. I'll be back after this on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
Welcome back to Regional Softball on KDAO. We have a great game. Man, we are just zipping along, which probably means extra innings, but we'll wait and see. We go to the top of the fifth inning. Eden Lottiehoff, the only thing she's done tonight is have to work around a 2-out error. Otherwise, she has a no-hitter going, and she's only allowed a couple of ground balls to the, ground ball back to her, then a ground ball to the shortstop. Now, in the last inning, the second time around, the Hawks did put the ball in play. I mean, they had a base runner out of it, but at least they put the ball in play. Here's Ella Lowry batting .309. She leads it off, and there's a swing and a miss. Ella struck out against Lottiehoff. Lynnville Sully has seen some good pitchers, but tonight, Eden is at the top of her game. Ella Lowry, the 8th grader, the left fielder, batting .309 with six doubles on the year. She's going to show a bunt. That's a good idea, and I think she is going to beat that out. That was a good idea. She bunted that ball, and nobody could make a play. Lottiehoff finally got to it. Then she beat it out. So there's an infield single, and they got their speed on base. So an infield single. We'll see if they want to do any running. Here's Sawyer Osborne. It's not going to take a lot of runs to win this game for anybody. Third baseman charges. Here's Sawyer Osborne. And Sawyer is going to show bunt. And she bunts it right out in front of the plate. Third baseman gets it, throws her out. So a sacrifice to the third baseman. Nice play by the third baseman in Gardner, but now they got second and 1 out. And now Comets Eden's got to bear down against good hitters. Here's Haley Maston. Haley was a strikeout victim her first time up, so an infield single. So they went to the bunting game. Probably putting an idea, anything to get on base against this team. Wedgwood comes up, ready to fire. You think Lynnville Sully would try to steal third base? Sometimes teams have been successful at that. Now your third baseman, Gardner, is playing in like she expects a bunt. She's going to drop down a bunt. It's a pass ball. Ball gets away from Wedgwood. So I think that's a wild pitch. So now she's at third and 1 out. So yeah, so now we got third and 1 out, showing the bunt. So they changed things around a little bit, and this is working. 1-1 is the count. What are they going to do? You got a runner on at third and 1 out. Got to show bunt again. Upstairs. 1-2 is the count. Now, if you're Eden, you really would like the strikeout. Voss, a good hitter, is in the on-deck circle, but what an opportunity here for Lynnville Sully. Infield single, sacrifice bunt, then a wild pitch to third and 1 out. I don't think she's going to bunt. She's going to swing away, and here it is, and there's a strike 3 called. Okay, so Eden gets a strikeout. 1, 2. That's 10 strikeouts. Now you deal with a good hitter in Brooklyn Voss, who's batting .298 with 5 doubles and 12 RBIs. Voss struck out her first time up. This is a good hitter. There's the ball, and the Comet fans howl about that. An infield single, first base hit of the night for Lynnville Sully. She was at third with 1 out. Now she's at third with 2 out. 1-0 was the count. Next pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss. Nasty pitch on the outside corner of the plate. Eden trying to work out of this jam. 1-1 is the count. It's a good hitter in Brooklyn Voss. Next pitch, swing and a foul straight back, and you know what the Comet fans want. They want another strikeout. Laddiehoff goes back up on top. Lowry is on at third. 1-2 is the count. Little drama here in the top of the fifth inning. Here comes the 1-2. It's headed home. Swing and a little pop fly. That's a foul ball. A pop fly to the first baseman who was in foul territory. She caught it and dropped it. 2 inches, and it would have been fair, and Lynnvill Sully would have had the lead. Man, she popped it up. The first baseman came in. She was in foul territory, so it wasn't controversial. But, 2 inches away, it would have been in fair territory, and then she would have dropped it, and then the run would have scored. But, as it is, 1-2 is the count now. And here comes 1-2 to Voss, and here it is. Swing and a pop fly foul. We'll do it again. That last play, that was tough. The first baseman came in. We're talking about Sereno, and she caught it in foul territory, then dropped it. Had she caught it in fair territory and dropped it, Lynnville Sully would have had the lead. As it is now, we have a 1-2 count. And here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So, Laddiehoff gets out of a jam. Lynnville Sully had exactly what they wanted. They had third and 1 out, but Eden was at her best when things were at their worst, and she cut down the last 2. And she has struck out 11. Got a good game. 5th inning. It's going to be a shame for someone to lose this game. White, Ward, Cammie, and then Layla Wedgwood. Bottom of the 5th coming up next for you. We have no score. Good game on KDAO.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
You are listening to Central Iowa High School Girls Softball Regional Tournament Girls Softball on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com. I'm Chuck Carpenter. Tomorrow night I'll have a little West Marshall baseball at 5 o'clock against either South Hardin or Sumner Fredericksburg. Then I'll have a little West Marshall softball on Wednesday night. Okay, here we go at the bottom of the 5th inning. BCLUW has out hit this team 3-1, but we have no score. This pitcher, Osborne, she doesn't strike out people, but she depends on her defense to make plays, and the Comets actually have not hit one ball to the outfield, one out to the outfield. They've had a couple of base hits, but all the outs have been infield varieties. And there's a strike. And I tell you what, sparkling especially, is the third baseman, Spear, and the second baseman, Maston. And that missed. 2-0 was the count. I thought it was 1-1, but I guess it's 2-0 on White. That's a strike call. Carolina batting 145. White grounded to the shortstop her first time up. This pitcher, Osborne, will not strike out a lot of people, but instead, she just depends on her defense to do the job, and they have. Here comes the 2-1. That missed upstairs. Comets have had the leadoff batter on one time tonight. They've had base runners on in every inning, but they have not been able to score. And White, the leadoff batter, with the 3-1. And here it is. Swing and a miss. Probably chased the ball. White batting 144. Cammie Ward is in the on-deck circle. Then to the top of the order with Wedgwood. Osborne, the 8th grade pitcher. Here comes the 3-2. Swing, and that ball is going to drop in front of the center fielder. So there is a base hit. Carolina White loops it into center field. So the leadoff batter is on for the second time tonight. Is Cammie Ward going to bunt? Is she going to swing, or something in between? Comets' best opportunity was in the third, where they had 2nd and 1 out and could not score. So here's Cammie Ward. She's going to show bunt, and she bunts it foul. So Carolina White looped a single into center field. Ward batting .206, and then you got a tough cookie and Layla Wedgwood. Not many runs is going to win this game. Both pitchers have been very good tonight. And for Lynnville Sully, their defense has been very good. Got a show bunt, takes outside. The Achilles heel for Lynnville Sully this year has been their walks. And so far tonight, they've done a good job of that. They've only walked one, and they made no errors. 1-1 is the count. And here comes the next pitch. Got to show bunt again. Good bunt. Third baseman gets it, throws it out. So Ward does her job with a sacrifice to the third baseman, and the third baseman charged it, got it, made it look easy. Spears just tough, but a good job by Ward. And now you got a second and one out, and this, I mean, you got your senior up there, you got your one senior up there, and this is what they want. Layla Wedgwood batting .270. Layla's grounded the pitcher, and she sacrificed to the third baseman, and she takes upstairs. The base hit most likely would chase White home from second base as she has good speed. So she's on at second. We're talking about Carolina White. Here's Layla Wedgwood, the only senior in the lineup for BCLUW. 1-0 is the count. Next pitch. Here it is. And that hit her. So now the Comets have something going on with first and second and one out. And here's Laddiehoff. Eden singled her first time up. And then they got her to pop up with a runner on at second base and one out in the third. That was big. Let's see what Eden does right now to try to help herself. Swinging, there's a ground ball. Backhanded by the first baseman, and she can't beat Eden home. The second baseman was not covering Eden with a single. So an infield single loads up the bases. So the bases are loaded with one out. So the second baseman, that was, I mean, they played good defense, but that was just a lapse by the second baseman. Now the first baseman, that was a nice job. She backhanded it. But Eden, pretty good wheels. She went down to first base, and the second baseman was late in covering, and that may cost them here. So you got a leadoff single hit by a pitch, and then Laddiehoff with an infield single. One of those things where gritty is beating pretty right now. So you got the bases loaded. There's an out at every base. This is Braylee Gardner, Willow Collins. Comets have had base runners on in every inning. This is their best opportunity, obviously. Bases loaded, one out. Carolina White started it with a single. Then Layla got plunked by a pitch, and then Laddiehoff with a ground ball backhanded by the first baseman, but no one was covering first base, and the first baseman had to try to beat Layla over there, or had to beat Eden over there, and that just did not happen. So, Braylee Gardner, she just wants to put the ball in play somewhere, grounded to the right side of the diamond. Here's first pitch, missed upstairs. Ball one on Braylee Gardner. Braylee grounded to the second baseman. She's grounded to the... she's popped up to the first baseman. 1-0 is the count, looking to get that run home from third base. There's a strike call. Lynnville Sully could use a strikeout, the pop-up, the ground ball to the pitcher, the ground ball to the third baseman. Anytime they can get a ground ball to third baseman, they like that. And Gardner just wants to put the ball, maybe guide it to the right side of the diamond to at least bring that run home. Here's the next pitch. That missed upstairs. They'll also take a walk because there's no place to put him. And you have good speed on the bases. White is on at third. Layla Wedgwood is on at second. Laddiehoff is on at first base. So some drama here in the bottom of the fifth inning and a scoreless ball game. Here comes the 2-1. Swing, and there's a fly ball. That's not going to bring the runner home. A pop-up to the left fielder. There was no way you're going to tag on that one. So a pop-up to the left fielder. So now it's up to Willow Collins. Now, I tell you what, I haven't done many Comet games, but every time I do a Comet game, Willow Collins usually comes up with something big. And there's no place to put her. Willow batting .339. So this is a good hitter up the plate. Willow has grounded to the third baseman, and she's grounded to the second baseman. Good play by the catcher to prevent a wild pitch. So a pop-up to the left fielder. There was no way you're going to try to score on that one. And Willow looking for the all-important two-out RBI base hit. She's had a number of those this year when I've done games for the Comets. So 1-0 is the count. Willow looks in, and here's the next pitch. Here it is. That's a That's a ball. Borderline pitch. 2-0 is the count. On Willow Collins, who's 0 for 2. Zosky is in the on-deck circle, but it's smack up to Willow Collins looking for the all-important 2-out RBI base hit. Here comes the 2-0. Swing, and there's a ground ball to the shortstop who boots it, and a run's going to score. Here comes Layla. Here comes the throw. She's going to be safe. And safe at third. Safe at second. Lynnville Sully has played excellent defense, but a ground ball was just kind of booted by the shortstop. Error, 2-run score, and Willow comes through again. Like I said, she just does a great job when the game's on the line. They put the ball in play, and Lynnville Sully has just played such good defense, and that was just a shame. If you're Lynnville Sully, it was good if you're a BCLUW. For the senior shortstop, she just that you got to give her an error on that. You hate to do it, but you got to. And so now Lottie Hoff is on at third. Willow Collins. Willow is always a clutch player. She's at second, and it's 2-0. The way Eden is throwing, you don't want, and they're gonna walk Addie. So they're gonna walk Addie, load up the bases, out at every base. Here's Brooke Ward. It's all about putting the ball in play, and Lynnville Sully's defense has been excellent tonight, but that time the shortstop just couldn't make the play. And maybe she was distracted by the runner going in front of her. I don't know. Here's Brooke Ward. And there's a ground ball back to the pitcher who gets it, throws it out. So they get out of the inning, but the Comets scored 2 runs. Carolina White with an infield with a single. Layla got plunked by a pitch. Lottie Hoff with an infield single. And then Willow Collins hit the ball to the shortstop who just couldn't make the play, and you had to give her an error on that. And the Comets behind Lottie Hoff now are 6 outs away from going to Martinsdale St. Mary's on Wednesday. But they still got 6 outs to get. They got 2 in the 5th. They lead 2-0. I'll be back after this on KDAO.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Welcome back to Girls Regional Softball on KDAO. The Comets have out-hit Lynnville Sully 5-1. They just scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the 2 runs scored on a ground ball that the shortstop just couldn't come up with. The only error of the night, Lynnville Sully had played such good defense, but right there, and I don't know if she was distracted by the base runner going in front of her, but of course it was Willow Collins who came through with the all-important 2-out run-scoring single. And now with the way Eden's throwing, nothing's a gimme, but she's just been double tough tonight. And she'll deal with the bottom 2 and then to the top of the order, so she still has to go through the heart of the order if she wants to win this ball game. And tonight, Eden has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lately, Lynnville Sully has done a better job putting the ball in play, but the Comet defense has been good. There's only been 1 error. It didn't hurt them.
23, give it up for Brooke Hardiman.
So Brooke Hardiman, the 9th place hitter, and then to the tough top of the order. So Eden's got to go through the good hitters in order to win this game. It's 2-0. Comets lead on KDAO. That missed upstairs. She's allowed 1 base hit. That was an infield single. The defense has made 1 error. She hasn't walked anybody. 1-0 the count on Hardiman. There's a strike called inside corner. Comets are looking for their 11th win and a trip to Martinsdale St. Mary's to face a good team at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. 1-1 is the count. That missed downstairs. She showed bunt, which is not a bad idea against Lottie Hoff. You got a strikeout pitcher. You try to get on base any old way. I saw Grundy Center beat East Marshall and Grabenbauer exactly that way 3 weeks ago. 2-1 is the count. Next pitch. Swing, and there's a pop-up. Eden's got it for the out. That's her 3rd ball that she has fielded from her position. So a pop-up to the pitcher.
Now back to the
Now to the top of the order, so you got to go through the top of the order and the heart of the order. The good hitters to get this win. Here's Peyton Sharp. Peyton batting .368. They've done a good job on her. Grounded to the shortstop, and she struck out. They also do a good job keeping that speed off base, man. And there's a pop fly foul backing out of play. Yep, in the 5th inning, Comets loaded up the bases. Got a pop up to left field. They were almost out of the inning. Then Willow grounded the ball to the shortstop, who booted it. 2 runs scored. That was the only error by Lynnvill Sully in this game. It cost them 2 runs. That's where we're at, 2-0. 1 out, top of the 6th. And the next pitch is a ground ball off of the pitcher. Willow Collins throws. Ball gets away from the first baseman. She goes down to second base. So it ricocheted off of the leg of Lottiehoff to Collins, who threw high. So you got to give an error on that one. So an error, so you got a runner on. Now it's second. And 1 out. Collins threw that ball over the head of the first baseman. And now here's Kate Hartoum, batting .359, a runner on at second base. Lynnville Sully has an opportunity here, thanks to the 2-base error. Swing and a miss. We have seen, though, when things are at their worst, Eden is at her best. Tying run is at the plate. Hartoum batting .359. They got good hitters. Swinging a ground ball foul. So far tonight, Kate has struck out and grounded the ball back to the pitcher. Lynnville Sully with 1 hit, 2 errors, committed by the Comets. That's their base runners. That missed. 1-2. So they finally got Sharp and her speed on base. Part of me said I wouldn't be surprised to see if they try to swipe third base, but 1-2 is the count. Runner not going, swinging a foul straight back. Next up, Martinsdale St. Mary's, who was rated earlier in the year, at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. It's never easy here in the top of the 6th inning. The Comets have the lead of 2-0. Runner on at second base. Here's the next pitch. Swing, and there's a foul ball. So they finally got the leadoff batter Sharp and her speed on base on the 2-base error. And here's Hartoum, batting .355. So 1-2. Here it is. That missed low. Wedgwood comes up, flips it back to Lottiehoff, who goes back up on top. Sharp returns to second. Hartoum, the only senior, she would like to atone for her error, steps in with a 2-2 count, and here it is. High. Lottiehoff doesn't walk too many people. In 82 innings, she's only walked 11. 3-2, and she hasn't had too many 3-2 counts on batters either tonight. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So now you got a girl that you can't make a mistake with, otherwise it's a tie game. We're talking about Ava Brummel, who has 4 home runs. Okay, so you can't make a mistake on Ava. She's reached on an error and she struck out. Key bat here because she has home run power, and a home run would tie it. First pitch, Ava. Swing and a fly ball foul. Lottiehoff tries to work around this jam created on the air. Brummel, the home run hitter, she's the first baseman. She steps in. 0-1 is the count. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. Tied her up inside. Eden a strike away from getting out of this jam in the 6th inning. In the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the bottom 3 for the Comets. What will the score be? It's 2-0 right now. Comets in the top of the 6th. Should change my scoreboard, shouldn't I? Swinging, there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Willow gets it, throws it out. So they get out of that jam in the top of the 6th inning. Ground ball to the shortstop. Comets will send in the bottom three in the bottom of the sixth inning. Quick game, good game. Comets have the lead of 2-0. I'll be back after this on KDAO.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back to regional softball. BCLUW playing at home for the first round. And a good game here against Lynnville Sully. The Comets have had base runners on in every inning. They've out-hit this team 5-0. Both teams have made an error. The error that Lynnville Sully made hurt. Credit to the pitchers of Lynnville Sully. They haven't walked a lot of people. They've only walked one, but they've also hit a batter. That was Layla in the fifth, and that hurt them. So the job of Osborne is to keep the score right where it's at and give her team a chance to do something in the seventh inning. It's 2-0 Comets. Comets trying for their 11th win. Lynnville Sully trying to come from behind. It'll be the bottom three, Rain Sereno, Carolina White, Cammie Ward. If anybody gets on base, Layla Wedgwood. Osborne goes back up on top. This has been a good game on a perfect night for high school softball. Tomorrow night I'll have West Marshall baseball versus somebody, either South Harding or Summer Fredericksburg.
Number 13, give it up for Rain Sereno.
Ball one. Then I plan to do West Marshall softball on Wednesday night. Maybe West Marshall softball on Friday night. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Comets have not struck out. That's been huge. Overall, Lynnville Sully's done a good job putting the ball in play with the one exception in the fifth inning. That cost them. Okay, here comes the 1-1 to the leadoff batter, Sereno. And it's a ground ball to the second baseman who gets it, flips it out. Their defense has been good with one exception, and that one exception hurt them. Ground ball to the second baseman. Here's Carolina White. Carolina White grounded to the shortstop, and of course Carolina started that fifth inning. The bottom of the order got some stuff done there in the fifth inning. Carolina singled. That led to 2 runs. Carolina batting 150 now. That's a strike call. Ward is in the on-deck circle. Lynnville Sully would just as soon not have to face Wedgwood or the top of the order or Laddiehoff with anybody on base. One out here. Top of the sixth. Bottom of the sixth, excuse me. There's a swing and a miss. This pitcher has not struck out anybody tonight. Comets have had 5 base hits. They've been given a walk and a hit batsman and an error. The hit batsman and the error both figured in that fifth inning. Here comes the 0-2. Swinging a ground ball, third baseman. That's a bad place to hit it, and she throws her out, but the first baseman dropped the ball. Another great play by the third baseman, but the first baseman simply dropped the ball. So there's another error. That's a second error. So White doing a good job at the bottom of the order. Here's Cammie Ward. Cammie Ward batting 206. Cammie has a single, and she's grounded the ball to the third baseman. Go to show bunt and a hitter. Carolina White, who's been on base twice tonight, returns to first. Another good play by the third baseman, but unfortunately the first baseman caught it, dropped it. So now, Lynnville Sully in a jam. Go to show bunt, pulls it back. That was outside. Bottom of the sixth, Comets have a 2-0 lead. 1-1 is the count. Shows bunt again. Good bunt. This is going to be tough. Can she throw her out? No. Ball gets away. That's another error. Pitcher throws it away. So an error. That was a great bunt. That was a great bunt by Cammie Ward. Bottom of the order doing a super job. Now here's Layla Wedgwood. So you got errors. You got first and third with one out. And you don't think that Ward is going to do some running off first base. It's all about putting the ball in play. Like I said, Lynnville Sully's defense has been good, but they've had some breakdowns here in the fifth and in the sixth. Layla. I doubt she's going to be bunting. Nope, well, she is going to bunt. And the runner's going to just take second base. So we got second and third and one out. Now Layla will swing away. Of course, Layla is playing at home for the last time in her career. Layla tonight has grounded the pitcher, sacrificed to the third baseman, and she's also gotten hit by a pitch. Missed outside. A base hit most likely would score 2 and make it very tough for Lynnville Sully. 2-0 is the count. Next pitch. Layla's going to show bunt. Squeeze is on. Great bunt. They are not going to be able to throw her out. Run scores. Layla's going to go to second base. Great bunt, man. Great bunt. That was just perfect. The pitcher got it, but the catcher got it, but there was no way they couldn't do anything with it. So an infield hit. So they played a little small ball. That was just a perfect bunt. I mean, Mr. Lee would have been proud. Wallace is going to be the courtesy runner. And Layla having a nice senior night. Just a perfect infield bunt. By the time the catcher got to it, she couldn't make a play. Now it's 3-0. Here's Braylee Gardner. Braylee has grounded out to the second baseman. And she's popped up to the third baseman. And there's a pop-up. That ball is trouble. That ball is going to fall for a base hit over the second baseman's head. And the run scores. And the Comets are really pulling away now as Cammie Ward crosses the plate. So an RBI bloop single. Now it's 4-0. So Braylee Collins. And the bases are loaded now. This all got started with an error. So 2 errors, infield hit, RBI bloop single. Layla Wedgwood with a great single, great infield single. 7 base hits now by BCLUW. And they now have the lead of 4-0. We'll have a courtesy runner. That's going to be Kara Hill at second base.
Give it up for Kara Hill.
And here's Willow Collins.
Number 30. Give it up for Willow Collins.
Willow is grounded to the third baseman. She's grounded to the second baseman. And, of course, Willow grounded to the shortstop who booted that ball in the 5th inning. There's a strike, and we still only have 1 out, and the bases are still loaded. A couple of errors. Infield single on a nice bunt by Layla. RBI bloop single. 2 runs scored. It's 4-0 Comets. The 1-0 is in the dirt. Good play by the catcher. Comets scoring 2 in the 5th. 2 here in the 6th. Willow looking to put the ball in play somewhere to try to pump a little air into the leading margin. There's a shot knocked down by the third baseman out at the plate. Outstanding play. She took away a double. That third baseman spear is something else. A smash, she got it easily out at home. So ground ball to the third baseman. Here's Zoski, Addie. Addie is grounded to the second baseman. She's grounded to the second baseman twice, actually. And then she was given a free pass. She's looking for the all-important 2-out RBI base hit. And Addie steps in. Swinging, there's a ground ball to the shortstop. That's going to be interference. Interference on the runner. Runner is out. That's 2 runs scoring. So now we go to the 7th inning, and the stage is set. The Comets are 3 outs away from getting win number 11 and advancing to go play Martinsdale St. Mary's on Wednesday night. They scored 2 runs in the 6th inning, a couple of errors, and like I said, Lynnville Sully has played really good defense, especially the third baseman tonight in Spear, but the error in the 5th inning by the shortstop allowed 2 runs to score, and then a couple of errors here in the 6th inning. But to me, Layla Wedgwood's just perfect bunt single. That was a huge key right there, and that helped the Comets score their 2 runs. So like I said, when Eden Lottehoff is pitching, normally they don't need too many runs to be successful. And Eden, of course, has just been so good tonight. She has a 1-hitter going, and she has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she struck out 12, so those are 12 outs that the defense doesn't have to worry about. They've had some opportunities. Their best opportunity was in the 5th inning in a scoreless game when they had a runner at third base and 1 out, and then Eden got tough and struck out
In the top of the 7th inning,
2 people.
Spear, Lowry, and Osborne.
So Lynnville Sully
Starting off for the Lynnville Sully Hawks.
down to their last 3 outs.
Third baseman,
Good hitters here.
there's number 4.
4, 5, and 6, Carly Spear, Ella Lowry, and Sawyer Osborne. If anybody gets on base, Haley Maston. Lynnville Sully has only 1 base hit tonight. They have good offensive statistics. These are good people, but Eden has just been double tough tonight. And here's the first delivery. Swing, and there's a pop-up. Second baseman wants it, catches it for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. So a pop-up to the second baseman. Comets have made 1 error tonight. It hasn't hurt them. They're 2 outs away from advancing to play Martinsdale St. Mary's on Wednesday. That'd be a nice thing for this young squad. Here's Ella Lowry batting .309. Ella has struck out, and she has the only base hit tonight, an infield single. And here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. BCLUW looking for win number 11. Martinsdale St. Mary's a good team, but BCLUW playing well. They've had a nice little break, too. That was refreshing for them. Lynnville Sully's played well tonight, too. It's just a couple of errors have really hurt. Swinging, and plus the fact they just can't get much going on against Lottehoff. They've had base runners. A 2-out base runner in the 4th. Their best opportunity in the 5th, 3rd, and 1 out. Couldn't get anything done with it. There's a strike 3 call. So Eden has now struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 batters. 13 batters. So the last hope for Lynnville Sully is Sawyer Osborne. And the Comets playing at home for the last time this year. 1 out away. They lead by a score of 4-0. They scored 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. And here's the first pitch to Sawyer Osborne. Very quick game here. I understand we're not done yet. There's a swing and a miss. Eden just keeps pumping strikes, man. Eden trying to even her record at 6-6, lower her ERA, which was 2.18 coming in. Comets are going to need this game and a whole lot more against Martinsdale St. Mary's if they win. That missed upstairs. Layla flips it back to Eden, who goes back up on top. She hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning since the 3rd. That missed, and the Comet fans howl about that. 1-1 is the count with 2 out. Comets lead this thing 4-0. They're 1 out away from going to Martinsdale St. Mary's in the 2nd round on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So, Eden steps in, and the 2-1 is on the way. Here it is, and that missed outside. Eden has not walked anybody. She's allowed 1 hit. Comets have had 1 error. So 3-1 is the count on Sawyer Osborne trying to get on base ahead of Haley Maston. They need a bunch of base runners here to have a chance, and that's a strike call. So now Eden is 1 strike away. She has struck out 13. Here comes the 3-2, and it's headed home. And that's a strike called. I'm sorry. Layla dropped the ball, and then she fires down to first base. That's going to be a strike. It was a swing and a miss. And Layla dropped it, and then she threw down to first base. Lynnville Sully, they just made a couple of errors. Otherwise, they have nothing to be ashamed about the way they played. They were just outmatched tonight against Eden, who threw a 1-hitter, and she has struck out 13, okay? Comets scored 2 in the 5th, played a little small ball in the 6th inning, took advantage of some errors, and just won a nice tournament game, and this is the last game at home for Layla Wedgwood, the only senior on the team, and just a real nice effort by Lynnville Sully, and a really good effort by BCLUW. So now BCLUW is 11-20 after they scored 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Eden threw a one-hitter, and she was just double tough, man, and the Comets win this baby by a score of 4-0. They now go to Martinsdale St. Mary's and play Martinsdale St. Mary's on Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'll have West Marshall baseball tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, and it's either South Hardin or Sumner Fredericksburg. Again, congratulations to the BCLUW girls softball team. A nice effort, quick game, good game in front of a big crowd, and they win this thing 4-0 over Lynnville Sully. Eden Lottiehoff throws a one-hitter, strikes out 13, and the Comets play on Wednesday night. I'm Chuck Carpenter. This has been a sports presentation of KDAO. Good evening.
Tonight's game was made possible by Hardin County Savings Bank, D&B Agro Systems, Marshalltown Community College, GNB Bank, Eldora Hy-Vee. This has been a special sports presentation of KDAO.